Hey, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. Today's vintage junk journal is this 1940s ideal book for girls cover full book, and it is really fun. These were very popular in Britain in the 40s and 50s. So it's a large one too. So I've collected a lot of really fun things to put in here. The back is exactly the same as the front. So if you were ambitious, you could actually cut that off, add a separate back and reuse it for a second journal. But it is so thick. I did overstuff it. Unfortunately, it won't close entirely, but you could take some of the inserts out, the many inserts in there, and it'll flatten a bit, or you can just keep it on display straight up. It's so much fun. So we've got these two teenage girls here with their puppy. There's mom and her puppies down there. I just think it's so much fun. I made the ribbons match the dresses, and now I'm going to take you on a little tour before I put it in my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.etsy.com. And don't forget, everything in here is real ephemera. There's no fakes or commercial products or digitals. And what else? Oh, there's no tariffs if you live in the States. So here we go. This is from the early 1900s, almost at the turn of the century. And I sprinkled some dog things in here, even though it's not a dog themed journal, because it does have the dogs on the cover. But this one is too cute. So it's got the little kitten here, and then the puppy here talking to the little toddler. And there's another dog here, and that is from 1909, this one. It's just so cute, and that's from the Bunny Brown series. And then this booklet here has an 1800s bookplate paper in it, and this little front pocket. And this whole booklet is made from a 1930s Girls Own Annual book, a 1960s payday card that you can upcycle. And then inside here, I've got a little journaling book that you can use for all of your notes with all of my cut off antique papers. And then this is some handwritten antique research papers that I just also made into a little booklet. So there's a lot of blank pages in here as well. And then over here is this 1940s postcard. So 85 years old this one is, and it's just a beautiful, that's a funny way to say it, a beautiful cityscape, and this lovely note on the back. Isn't that beautiful? 1946. 1 year after the war. That's just a fussy cut I got out of a vintage book. And yeah, so I just think that's really fun little floating pocket there. And I'm going to pop that back into its little hiding space. This is a fabulous old postcard. And the reason I like this one, it's an airmail. They used to have separate envelopes for airmail. And this one here just had the most beautiful inside. It's almost translucent. And I love that you can see the postage marks. They sort of bled through, but it's almost like this fabric-y texture here. It's really lovely. I just think it's beautiful. So I turned it into a pocket, and I put in this German plate here. I just love the German font. And look at that gorgeous image on the back. And that is from 1880s. It's so pretty. So you can do lots of fun things with that as well, including making maybe it into a journal. This is the original first plate of the book. I know we're not even into the book yet. And that is the first cover page there. And I've got all kinds of children's book pages from the 20s, 30s, and 40s in here. And then this is just a really fun 1950s magazine page. 1960. And just a lot of really funny advertisements that are a tell of the time that they were written. Fun. That's the first page of the book as well there. This is from the 1930s, and that is from a canal called the Welland Canal, and it's got the bridges that go up so the ships could come through. And I just think that's really historic and cool. It was a feat of engineering when it was built. And yeah, 1930s, that picture. And here is just a great page on how to make fabulous aprons and some patterns on the back there. And then this is from the early 1900s, this one here. And it's about, a woman wrote this. And, I wish I could remember her name. But it's all about the stories that are used with your fingers and toes. So, here's the church, here's the steeple, open the door, and this little piggy went to market with the toes. It was a really fun book. I've used all the pages. That's the last one I have, and that was the inside cover page there. And here's another sweet little 1940s page on how to care for your puppies. That's sweet. And then another children's book pocket. And this is a 1950s Theater Arts magazine page. There's a play going on there. And I've got some vintage crochet here and vintage spice card, which I really love. 1959 children's magazine, Things to Make. Guess what that is on the bottom? You'll see soon. This is a wonderful vintage hand knit booklet here with instructions. And then here is a 1930s Stickum book page. We've got another puppy down here running, and there's a parade here, and some little child has cut out these bits and taped them where they belong in the book. And this is just the cover of a really great children's book that was too damaged for me to save, so I did want to use it as a journaling card. And then over here, look at this. Now, you can see the age in it, but it has this wonderful shellacking on it. It's like really a glass scene. I mean, we buy products to make this look like this, and here it is for us. But it's just beautiful. Many happy returns with the roses, and look at this wonderful penmanship on the back to Miss Chapman, and her name is Mabel, and I love it. 1912, that one. And there's the Dapper Dan and his son on the opposite side here. And this really pretty little image here from a vintage book. And inside here, I made this envelope out of vintage paper and fussy cut this little piece here from 1920s. And then inside I've got a 1930s flinch card and two 1960s little game pieces that you can have fun with. And that is a vintage index card that never got written on. So let me just put that back in there, and you can write on the back of it. And there's that handmade marionette that you can make. And then I've got a double pocket here. You can journal on the inside of those. And then this is an exquisite plate here from the early 1900s. Look at this Victorian beauty. This equestrian woman here, perfect horsewoman. And then over here is a gentleman's page, all these sailors on a ship. And that is super, super old, over 100 years old as well. And then we have another 1950s page here for theater arts. And then I've got this fabulous 1940, I believe, 1944. Oh, October 31st. That should have gone in my Halloween journal. That's just a fabulous postcard there. And back here's another plate. We've got some cricket players, outdoor recreations. And this is the 1950s. Look at the vacuum cleaner. It's so great. Look at the appliances. Oh my gosh, I love it. Look at the toaster with the little starburst on it. Oh, I just love everything about kitsch. It's just fun. And speaking of kitsch, here is a fabulous cutout dress. This one, I got all the pieces, but the paper doll was missing. So I'm just going to sprinkle these throughout my journals, but that's a really pretty one, isn't it? And then this is from a vintage Birds of America book down here, and I just put a little frame around it for that pocket, and a 1920s needlework book page here. And then there is another fabulous 1932 page. Look at this couple down here skating in the 30s. Isn't that great? And that is Paris, France. And then a handwritten pocket page here and a vintage map back here. And this I love. Advertisement for concentrated super suds, because 3 out of 4 women like it. And maybe guess which one doesn't? You have to guess. I just think that's hysterical. And then this is a vintage costumes book plate here, double-sided. Isn't that lovely? Love it. And then here is another lot going on here. So there's another book cover that I turned into a journaling tag with great vintage pieces on it. One of these little beautiful little cards that Stacy gave me with the little pixies on there, and an 1890s clock dial, and a Holly Hobby 1970s vintage book plate, library plate, some people call it. And then in here, I've got a 1959 or 55, I forget which, sticker book on nature for children. So a lot going on there, lots of fun to be had. More of that map here. We've got Pittsburgh down here. And just, I could just look at these for hours. They're just hilarious. I don't know why, they just are. This is a 1930s Beatrix Potter page, and we've got dogs on here as well. You can journal on the back of that. And then here is a vintage Mammals of America book page, or Mammals of the World it could be. I forget. I think it's Mammals of America though. And I'll just slip that back into here. Okay, I'll just put that for now. So I'm at the wrong angle. And this is a very old, probably from the 1920s, a snap card, a snap fastener card. And here's another puppy page here. Daddy's taking the little girl to look for puppies at the store. And then vintage page down here. And then this is a 1940s baby card. Love, Graham. Look at that beautiful image there. And you can open that up and journal on the inside as well. Unfold it. Gives you lots more space. And this is from that fabulous Coronet photography book here. Look at that. Oh, look at this beautiful. It's called A Study, this one, and it's lovely. This is a postcard from 1908 here. I didn't like the image on the front. It was a little violent for my liking, but the back is fabulous. And then there's another page on how to take care of your dog from the 1940s. And this I just love because it's an arithmetic book from the turn of the century. And I just think you can do a lot of fun things with this if you like to do collage art, turn it into a little booklet, all kinds of fun things. More handwritten thesis paper. And this is from, this is very old. I'm guessing it's from the 40s. And this was to be ironed onto fabric and then embroidered on. This says it's for a scarf, etc. So you get to decide what the etc. is. And this is a 1930s children's book page. Look at that great artwork. It's really unique. I don't see this very often. It's very art deco-y, and I just think it's fun. This is from a vintage book here. Just a lovely illustration there of a market. And there's more of that beautiful photography there. Gladiolas, black and white, stunning. And this is from an 1800s poetical works of Sir Walter Scott. And you can journal on the front and back. And then I put this 1927 advertisement from Eaton's magazine or catalog for the Chinook stove for $41. And here's a beautiful fall page here from a children's book from the 40s. And that's the end of that. So I hope you love it as much as I loved making it. You can leave me a comment, subscribe, and visit my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.etsy.com, and come back soon. Bye for now.